Hello everybody and welcome back to DrivesBMW. In today's episode we're looking at the X3 M Competition, my favorite car so far. And by looking at the front you'll recognize a huge amount of cooling intakes. I'll step back a little bit. There is engine cooling, 3 intakes down there, 2 more, and those ones you see, they are for the brakes. So talking about the brakes, they are huge and I absolutely love those rims, I have to say. It's a 21-inch wheel and I mean, just look at the color. It's a pretty dark blue. Look at the shape of the car as well, and that little spoiler on the back, it looks like the Batmobile a little bit. Talking about the back, you can see these are already the new tail lights of the BMW X series. For me it always is important, the exhaust, and I love the fact that BMW doesn't go with fake exhausts. These are the exhausts not only that you see but also the ones that the car uses. And I absolutely love how the door goes in and comes back out again. I think it gives the silhouette of the car a pretty sporty look with that piece coming back out. Speaking about the trunk, let's open it up. This car has, to me, a tremendous amount of space. Obviously you have that double trunk with a sort of safety net. Can put the seats down as well. Perfect for a driver that needs some space from time to time. Looking at the back seat, what I noticed here is that they have the heating and cooling function as well. And look at the stitching, that's something I really enjoy. So in the car you'll see it's the M seat, the racing seat. I have to say I love them. I'll talk about the seat a bit later on. It has some storage here with a wireless charging pad. Again, right here there is plenty of space to keep your sunglasses, garage openers, keys and stuff. Obviously same for the glove box. I'd say let's start driving and I'll talk about those 2 buttons and whatever you want to know in a second. So looking at the steering wheel, you got the cruise control on the left hand side and the media controls on the right side. The first thing you might see are these 2 red buttons. They are completely customizable, so you can save the setup or the settings of the car on each button. From the left hand side I'll have the comfort setup that I am in right now, and if I put it to M2 mode you see it switches to Sport Plus. You're gonna hear the engine provides more power and you're gonna recognize that on every meter you are driving. I was driving the car a few days now and I have to say, even if it is a SAV like BMW calls it, it drives like a true sports car. It's pretty stiff. When I first jumped in I thought, yeah, that car is too stiff for my taste, but even in the comfort setting that I'm in, it doesn't dive if you're turning and it doesn't dive if you're braking or accelerating. It really drives like a sports car. And I was driving on twisty mountain roads in the Swiss Alps yesterday and I was forgetting about the weight of the car. It weighs a bit over 2 tons and you don't feel it. Literally you don't feel it. By accelerating it goes like a rocket. By braking it brakes like hell. And by turning you don't have any understeer at all, which brings me to the summary of that car already. So who is gonna buy that car? So if you are driving sporty and you like to go fast from time to time, but at the same time you need something to drive long distances and you need some huge amount of storage, then that car is the right thing for you. Because it lets you go fast, it lets you drive long distances. Yesterday we were driving 6 hours and I didn't feel like wanting to stop even after that. So yeah, if you tick all of these boxes, then that car is made for you. Maybe a word to the mileage. As you can see, since I've taken over the car, it's 11.7 liters per 100 kilometers. Do I think that's a lot? Somehow yes, somehow no. If I consider how I was driving the last 2 days, it's not that much, honestly. I was going pretty fast up the mountains, down the mountains, up again, down again. And of course there was a bit of highway in between as well, but factory says 12 liters. I'm below and I've been driving like a maniac, so I think that's pretty fair, to be honest. I noticed by going on the highway at 120 kilometers an hour, it's gonna take around 8 liters, I would say. So let me say a word to BMW's quote, sheer driving pleasure. I was taking my parents for a ride that morning, and they're not into cars that much, but you can be sure that car put a smile on their faces due to the fact that it accelerates like hell. It sounds amazing, and the engine just has so much power. I'm gonna show you that in a second. It's just a driving machine, and it makes that much fun to drive. And does it has to be the M Competition? No, for sure not. But the X3 in general, I think, to be honest, 340 horsepower also is enough. But if the price tag doesn't keep you away from buying it, absolutely go for it. That car is by far one of the best cars I've been driving. As I said, 6 hours, no problem. It makes you forget the weight of the car. You sit incredibly well. The car looks and sounds amazing from inside and outside. I only got positive feedback from my passengers. That's speaking for itself. That car is just a great piece of German engineering. Make sure you stay with me for a second to see the shots from yesterday's mountain driving, and I'm gonna be quiet now and we're gonna enter the motorway. And thanks for watching already, and see you back on the next time.